Have you ever met someone who seemed to have everything? They seemed charming, sure of themselves, and able to use people to their advantage in strange ways. At first glance, they might look like the life of the party, the boss's pet project, or even the ideal partner. But there is often a darker truth, narcissism, behind that smooth appearance. Narcissists are very good at controlling other people by tricking them and telling them lies. They need to be admired, use other people for their own gain, and often leave a path of mental damage in their wake. But what happens when their well-thought-out plans fall apart? What happens when their bad luck finally catches up with them? Today, we're going to learn a lot about narcissists, including how they act, what harm they do, and how satisfying it is when their evil plans go horribly wrong. You're about to learn a lot about narcissists, and whether or not justice is ever done. You won't want to miss this story, so stay tuned. To join the conversation and help other people learn the truth about narcissism, don't forget to like, follow, and share this video. People who are narcissists are often said to have a distorted view of themselves, a strong need for too much attention, and no compassion for others. But what makes them really dangerous is that they can use and abuse the people around them. They are very good at reading people, figuring out where they are weak, and then taking advantage of that. Narcissists are good at making things work out for themselves, while making others feel used and thrown away. This can happen in personal relationships, the workplace, or even within families. That is, until the narcissist no longer needs them. Their charm can be addicting, drawing people in, and making them feel special. Narcissists often act in this cycle of valuing themselves too much, and then lowering themselves too little. This is one reason why working with a narcissist can be so emotionally draining. Narcissists are strong, but they can be stopped. Even though they are smart and can trick people, they will still have to deal with the consequences of their deeds. Because of how they are, they often have a spectacular fall. You see, narcissists are so focused on keeping up their act of greatness that they don't see the very real effects of their actions. They think they are smarter than everyone else, that no one can beat them, and that they will always win. But life has a funny way of putting things back in balance, and when karma strikes, it hits them hard. Not only do stories about narcissist downfalls make you feel good, but they also serve as a warning that everyone is subject to the laws of cause and effect. Let us look more closely at how narcissists work, and why their plans often don't work out. A narcissist's need to be in charge is one of their main traits. They want to be in charge of everything, setting the rules and making sure they win. They often use tricks like gaslighting, guilt tripping, and emotional blackmail to get what they want because they need to be in charge. Narcissists love to use tricks like gaslighting to get what they want. It means changing the facts, twisting the truth, and making the target question their own reality. Self-esteem can drop over time, which can make the person more reliant on the narcissist. These strategies may work in the short term, but they often set the ego up for failure in the long run. Why? Because lying and manipulating people are short-term solutions. People do figure it out in the end. They begin to see through the narcissist's act, and notice the harmful trends in how they act. And when that happens, the narcissist's carefully made world starts to fall apart. Think about the story of a selfish boss who loved putting their workers down and taking credit for their work. At first, the workers put up with it because they were afraid of getting fired or being retaliated against. However, over time, they formed a bond, shared their stories, and realized they were not alone. When one brave worker finally spoke up, it caused others to do the same. Others did the same, and the narcissistic boss was hit with a wave of complaints and probes. Their position of power, which had been unshakable before, was now in danger, and no amount of trickery could help them. Now that karma was here, it was mean. One more thing that narcissists have in common is that they can't take credit for what they do. They quickly put the blame on others for their mistakes, and won't admit they did anything wrong. This lack of responsibility often causes people to make the same mistakes and bad decisions over and over again. After some time, all of these mistakes add up, and make it hard to ignore them any longer. Think about a selfish partner who cheated on their partner all the time because they thought they would never be caught. They felt good about what they were doing because they thought their partner wasn't enough, and they thought it was okay to look for attention elsewhere. But when their cheating was finally found out, it caused a lot of trouble. It was their fault that their partner broke up with them. Their image was ruined, and they had to deal with the fallout on their own. The narcissists thought they were unbeatable, so they couldn't see the real risks of their actions. Karma made sure they paid for it, though. But maybe the best thing about a narcissist's fall is how it shows what kind of person they really are. Narcissists are very good at putting on a perfect front, but when their plans don't work out, that front starts to crack. All of a sudden, their charm goes away, showing the anger, fear, and desperation that are hiding underneath. People around the narcissist often finally see them for what they are at this point. That's when people who have been hurt by a narcissist can have a moment of clarity, a reckoning that can be both painful and freeing. The narcissist may try to fix their image, but the damage is often too great to fix. No matter how hard they try, they can't put together their carefully built persona again. Of course, not all narcissists die in such a dramatic way. Some people continue to take advantage of and manipulate others, and it doesn't look like the results have hurt them. However, karma always finds a way to catch up with people. Narcissists often fail in the long run because of the things that make them great in the short term, like their pride, lack of empathy, and need to be in charge. They might be successful for a while, but their failure to make real connections and refusal to take responsibility for their actions will eventually stop them from reaching their full potential. They may get to the top, but they don't usually stay there. They fall hard when they do. Why do these stories of narcissists and their bad plans teach us something? In the first place, they remind us that no one is above the results of their deeds. People can be smart or sneaky all they want, but they can't get around the rules of cause and effect. Second, they show how important it is to spot harmful behavior and reject it. Narcissists love it when their victims stay quiet and do what they say, but when those victims get the courage to speak out, the power changes. Lastly, these stories give us hope. They tell us that there is some kind of justice that can be done, and that even the smartest narcissists can be hurt by karma. As we come to a close, I want to thank you for taking the time to learn more about narcissists and how they will eventually fail. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with people who could use the knowledge. We can shed light on the evil things narcissists do, and give people who have been hurt by their behavior more power if we work together. Remember that narcissists are not unbeatable, no matter how strong they seem. And karma hits them hard when their bad plans fail. Remember to stay alert, strong, and believe in the power of justice until next time.